So, I have a serious issue to address today, and I'm just going to leave you guys with a question. Here it is. I've noticed that with all the societal regulations that have come into play over the many years that the human race in general has been alive, and societies have been working towards what seems to be the better ideal, or the basically just more controlled lifestyle. There comes a lot of problems. And if this is making any sense, you probably have your own ideas going through your head, but if not, some examples would be the economy. Let's go with that one. When there weren't so many regulations on money, when people used to just trade and share items to make a profit, then everyone had their own individual debt that they had to deal with and that they tried to pay. Yes, there was unfairness in the fact that some people couldn't pay their debts, but there wasn't a whole country that was in more debt than could ever be paid off. And there were other countries who we were dependent on to help pay our debt and pay for other things because the value of money has gone up. Another example, societal relationships. When we didn't have as many society as a whole regulations on relationships, before we lost those, there were certain things you had to do to have a relationship with a person. And yes, sometimes the ages were a lot closer to what we have today with young couples. Like, sometimes it used to be that you were married at 15 and expected to just stay at home as a wife and have kids. But as much as that was regulated and that was a problem, there was also the fact that there weren't, there wasn't a child out of wedlock every week. It was a rare occurrence. And there wasn't any problem with whether or not you were screwing around with someone else's man or woman, depending on your relationship status. There was just the proper way to do things. There was you met, your parents met, and you discussed these things. There were good regulations on this. And without those regulations now, we have more problems with relationships than we used to. Granted, those good regulations might have only been in like the 18 and 1900s, but still, it was better than what we have today. In next video, I will talk about what actually sparked this conversation. So I will see you guys on Thursday.